I guess like any preseason game, there were, some good moments, a lot of teaching opportunities. We did a decent job of, just trying to look at some people. Um, uh, the 15-second chance points, not the place we wanted to start, given some of our challenges last year, but we're going to keep working at it.
We'll start with Ken.
Yeah, Coach, just to start with, just impressions on Alyssa's game. I mean, she worked pretty hard during the off season. She kind of took advantage of her opportunities tonight, at least on the offensive end, kind of carried you guys from behind the arc. Just kind of impressions of her and also maybe of some of the new players that got some looks today.
Yeah. Thank goodness Peely got on the plane. Otherwise, we made only 1-3 without her. Peely's been putting a lot of time in, as if you were paying attention at all. It's a player that's in year 2, just, it's taking a pretty big step. Thought she was good beyond just her shooting. She's matured pretty fast. And I think in terms of, you mentioned the new players, I thought Badu, I thought her minutes were really good, really productive. Yeah, she's still kind of learning, everybody. So I think all of them feel a little bit out of sorts. I thought she played pretty close to what she likes to do. Reagan, I thought, if you watch her defensively, she's been doing that the whole camp. Unfortunate for her, she actually, was probably the only one that's been making threes in camp, and just wasn't her night. But I thought she was a positive, and I thought Berger, when she was playing with that group, I thought maybe could, pull out a win for us. She was leading that team. So some good moments for her as well.
We'll move to Terry.
Coach, we talked a lot about where the execution of the group is at in camp and has been, building, day by day. How do you feel about the execution heading into this game? And do you think that the execution on the floor tonight kind of reflected where it's been at so far in training camp?
Yeah, I think that's fair. Execution's got to be, I think, a lot better. I think they know what we're doing. I don't think we've, not that you think that you would. We certainly haven't hit our stride by any stretch. I think at the top of the offense, with Courtney, I think there's got to be a little more, playing off of her and a little more leadership in that space to kind of connect the others. But I mean, BC, Fee, Land, T, Courtney, they've been playing together, so they should know what we're doing. I thought that their reads in the first half weren't great. I thought we were pretty easy to play against on offense. We got much better in the second half. We got better defensively and offensively in the second half. Felt more close to our identity. But I think it's been consistent, and it looks, sorry, first week or so and first game, I think they were, really happy to play in the game and kind of see where we are and go look at some video and get back to work on Thursday.
We'll go to Matthias.
Hi, Coach. I guess bouncing off of that one, a bit of a similar question, a process question for you. When you have like Alana and Alyssa in particular, kind of initiating offense for you, and defenses generally want to play with a little bit of space there. How do you want them to kind of balance going side to side with handoffs versus attacking versus taking those open threes?
Yeah, I thought Lamb was good. I thought in that space, like I thought her recognition of what was there, I thought she had some great attacks. Only got 2 threes off, probably like to see a little more there from her. Really pleased with her rebounding. Especially, giving up the size that she gives up, especially this team. I didn't think we got it from Collier very much. Like that you're talking about. I thought the space was good. If you make a couple threes, maybe it feels better. Maybe then the options are a little different, but if they're going to give Fee the shot, and she took 6 good threes, they just didn't go. But I thought our recognition of, Fee and Landon playing together and playing off of each other was what we've come to expect. I thought, there was some physicality and stuff that we didn't respond well to. Like we know what the counters are. I think we got to get to them quicker. But Lan and T were, the game ball, so to speak. I thought T's energy and the way that she was, competing. Lan obviously being really productive in her minutes. So I thought Lan's recognition of what was there was really good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll move to the last question from Terry.
Just wanted to ask your first impression of getting to work with Ola. To be a 20-year-old in your first WNBA game is one thing. To do it immediately after getting to America the first time, after what I'm sure was a lengthy visa process with who knows how much paperwork and everything. Just what were your impressions of working with her this past day and a half or so, and how she looked in her first WNBA action tonight?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we haven't had a lot of time. So the group that was out there at the end, that was trying to, compete and try to get a dub. Their communication and connection with Ola, really trying to, communicate on the fly. But my impression is exactly what, maybe what we saw and maybe what we kind of the parts that we know of her. She's not afraid. It's a 19-year-old who's not afraid and knows that physically, that she can get places. I think she's a special athlete. Now, if we can just get her just a little bit more knowledge of what we're doing, why we're doing it, et cetera, we've got to move fast. We've got, just a little bit of time left, and we got to move fast. And so, tomorrow she'll get to work, and the team will get back to it on Thursday, and just kind of keep throwing things at her and see how she can grow.
Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.